And welcome to the aka the unfucking movement, where you can learn DIY healing techniques and tools for your healing journey. It brought me from fuck to fabulous. I want to bring you from fuck to fabulous, one person at a time. Even if only one person does it, I'm kind of cool. And I have one person. So to my one person who's doing the program right now, you rock. I also want to say that, you are amazing. Anyone who is undergoing in any kind of way a healing program of their own, whether it's through the program of aligned walking, or just healing in out there. So if you're working on healing yourself, you are amazing. You are a badass. You are a hero. You are your own warrior. Hence, I'm dressed like my badass warrior today. Because today I want to talk to you. We're going to get into some deeper, darker stuff where the good stuff is. So I'm dressed like my... One thing I noticed when I was out walking in alignment, postural correctness, focused mind on the body. Am I in the correct place? Keep putting the mind back on the body and the bodies, because quickly your mind will go 100 million places, but you can keep bringing it back. So you're getting double the pleasure for double the fun. Or not. In the sense that you are getting physical activity, but you are also doing a movement meditation. That would be the same for yoga or any martial arts. It's double the pleasure. So you're getting double the results. Yeah, you know that? You know what our bodies were designed to do as humans? We were designed to walk. That's what we were designed to do. Don't need fancy things, don't need expensive things, don't need to do ridiculous movements. You need to do what your body was designed to do. Do that. So as I was out on my healing journey, focused deep in meditation, what I realized is I had allowed space for healing on other levels to occur. Because as you're out walking, and it doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to, it really doesn't. All music is vibration. All vibration is good. What matters is, does the music make you feel good? If the music you're listening to is depressing and, making you not feel in a good mood, I certainly in years past have had playlists called Blue You that were very, down in the dumps, lamenting type of music. And you know what that created? More lamenting. So find music that makes you feel good. It doesn't matter the genre. It doesn't matter if you're listening to yoga tunes. You don't need to listen to yoga tunes. That'd be really zen though. Listen, I found lots of playlists out there on Spotify that are for confidence boosting, that are full of energy. It's not music I normally used to listen to. I absolutely love soca music. It's you can't be in a bad mood and listen to soca music. It's impossible. They have created the vibration of happy. If you don't listen to soca music while you're out walking, trust me, listen to soca music. It keeps you going at a good beat, and it makes you feel great. That's all good. Because everything is vibration. Everything. So you're either moving closer to things that make you feel good, happy, joy, bliss, or you're moving closer to things that bring you fear, 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 fear. And I lived there for 49 years. I'm not going back. I'm living over here now. So as the movement meditation came about, I realized through the process of the meditation, I was also confronting and able to, in a safe place, because I was feeling more confident, I was more in line, I was feeling more physically strong and able to handle what started bubbling to the surface. and that's the emotional stuff, which is lodged all over your body in cellular memory. So if you have had trauma, and I mean any trauma can be anything from you had a difficult childbirth, like coming into the world, to, you know, childhood, you grew up in a family that had a lot of dysfunction or alcoholism or addictions, or just simply lacked the skills to raise children effectively, which basically is like 99% of people. Because we just keep taking bad habits from generations before and passing them on, right? So it's a constant generational trauma that gets passed down. There's also cultural trauma that gets passed down. So there's individual trauma that gets passed down. So we take all this, and if, you know, we're overwhelmed, which we usually are as children, it gets like stuck in there and lodged in there somewhere, and it alters us because we believe it, because we feel it, because we think that whatever this trauma that came and altered things is actually helping us in some way. So for me, a lot of trauma for my background, you know, the least of which was not being, you know, adoption has a lot of wounded children associated with that, in the sense of feeling abandonment, feeling lack of love, not understanding where you came from, your history, your past. You don't have connections to anything. That's just one, you know, there's millions of things out there, and it doesn't have to be big and dramatic like adoption. It could be simply your math teacher told you were stupid in grade 4. You know, I'm sure he didn't say that, but, you know, maybe laughed at you or something. It can be small. It can be small happenings that come at us and we're like, whoa, I didn't expect that. And we take it in and we don't know how to process through it. So it's not until like way later in life that we have all these like health issues that have finally manifested, because we haven't dealt with any of that stuff, that we get to a place of like, we got to deal with it. We're fucked. Right? We just keep taking on all this stuff, and then like we don't get rid of it, and then you're fucked. So I was fucked, and now I'm unfucking myself, one trauma at a time, one fear at a time, one inner thought at a time, one step at a time. You know, you hear a lot about little steps, a lot of little steps over lots of many days. Well, it makes a huge difference, but don't make little steps, make perfectly aligned ones. So I want to talk to you about the spiritual warrior and the archetype that is, and what that means to you, because it's just like a random phrase that people use. First of all, I want to start with the power of words. Words are incredibly powerful. They hold energy in them. So, you know, whether it's a matter of self-talk or the way you describe situations in your life, those words, choose them carefully because they hold power. So if you were like me, and I'm still struggling with this one, with self-talk that's like exceptionally judgmental and harsh and critical, then you need to find ways to like flip the script, right? So the power of words. I want you now, as you're out walking, we've got the walking down. We're doing the walking. We've got our tool A.B.L.E if you need it. If things are really depressing and really, really bad, grab your tool A.B.L.E, and remember, just every single day, achieve one thing. Bliss, do one thing that makes you feel good, feel joy, feel happy, feel something positive, good vibration. Love, treat yourself with love. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend or your favorite person. Don't treat yourself how you treat yourself, because that got you into the mess. Treat yourself like you love somebody else. So visualize yourself. Sometimes it's great in this situation to go, okay, here I am. I'm feeling this overwhelmed feeling. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling nervous. What would I say to my best friend right now if she was in this situation. It's depersonalization, because through the process of depersonalization, you're able to take it outside of yourself and kind of look at it and separate it from you, which means your higher self is thinking and looking at this situation, and there is some distance that has been created, and then your higher self, your ego steps up and wants to say, oh, you dumb idiot, or whatever. But then your higher self says, don't talk to Stacy like that. No. We talk to Stacy and we will say something like this. You need to learn, ego person. You need to learn that the words have power. So say mistakes happen and that's how we learn. Or say whatever the situation is in a positive, reinforcing type of way. Because the fact is, if you are out walking in alignment and doing yoga and doing, any other healing things that are out there, you are a badass. It takes so much fucking courage to go and say, okay, I've been doing something the same for 20 years, 40 years, whatever, and I'm going to do something I've never done before or different, and you're out of your comfort zone. And the moment you step out of your comfort zone and take a step outside, the moment you do that, you are a spiritual warrior on a journey. And don't discount it as anything less than that. It is powerful stuff that you're working on. So you go out walking, and over time, what's going to happen is different challengers are going to present themselves. So again, keeping in mind, story, what are the stories I tell myself? What are the words that I say to myself? What is the script that I use? And who are the characters that are in my hero's journey? So I'm the hero. I'm casting me as the hero this time around. Listen, I've been cast in other roles. I didn't like those ones. I didn't like the one that was disgusting, or I didn't like the one that felt depressed and not able to do anything. I didn't like that anxiety-driven, worrying aspect of self. So each of those, I gave character, gave life to, something outside of myself. So as we're walking on our hero's journey, no different than Joseph Campbell talks about, if you are on the healing path, this is a hero's journey. This is a spiritual warrior's move, because it is hard. It is hard. It is unfamiliar. It is challenging yourself to be the best version of you that you can be. It's holding yourself accountable. It's holding yourself responsible. It's holding yourself with ownership. All of those things are huge. They really are. A lot of people are running around in the world, showing up and spewing out negative energy and conflict and fear, and if you are stopping yourself from reacting like that and managing to control your triggers and control your emotions, then you are a fucking warrior. I serious to God, I love the people that are able to move through all of these challenges with absolute peace and bringing positivity into the world. So by healing you're healing the collective. You are in part healing the collective. You're raising the consciousness and the vibration of all of humanity. So if you're doing a healing program, doesn't matter what kind, thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because seriously, the more people that work on their own personal journey and their own healing and step into their own power, then the less chaos and conflict and the world is going to be. I'm going to feel more comfortable going out and fear less that I'm going to run across and bump into people that are all like this, right? So as I said, and I'm going to keep repeating it, if you are healing in any way, you are the hero in your story. Cast yourself as the hero. you know? Cast yourself as the badass bitch. If you don't feel it, it doesn't matter. Cast yourself as it anyways. Fake it till you make it every single day. Go out and take a step, and every single day you get taller and stronger and more powerful, and eventually you start to believe that shit. So you're believing, I'm like as badass as Laura Croft, man. I can like challenge anything. Boom, challenger. As I said in another video, your challengers may be external people that you need to create new boundaries for. Now, each of those ones visualize as an external challenge. Easy. You have an actual person there, so you can see, okay, how have I handled situations like this in the past? What do I need to do differently that is going to be more in line with my health and wellness? And then you do that. But what about the challengers that are the inner ones? The ones in the shadowlands. The ones that have been there for a long time. I like to look at the healing journey within as an actual journey, because it is. I'm outside walking. And no, I may be walking around Cambridge and not Middle Earth, but my meditation and my confronting all these aspects of self is no different than every other Marvel movie, Lord of the Rings, hero's tale. So cast yourself as the hero and then visualize your challengers. So your first challenger may be fear. What does fear look like? Does fear have a form, a personality? How does fear talk? Is fear masculine? Is fear feminine? Is fear, a little monkey? Is fear something big and powerful? Does fear hold you captive? The power of story is so wonderful because it can allow you to visualize outside of yourself an entity or a shadow or thought form or feeling as something that you can see as a challenger that you have the power and the strength to overcome. And so each one that comes on the healing journey, you come and you face, and then, you win. You can win. It depends on each one. You may have to fight differently. Some may require some strategy. Some may require just sitting on the floor crying and allowing the emotion to come and just allowing it. I really find that through the process of meeting aspects of myself, meeting my inner wounded children, or meeting my inner saboteur, or meeting my adventurous, or my bitch. They're not all going to be positive. Some of the aspects of selves that we've created as coping mechanisms for difficult situations that we used to live in. And so although it may have worked once in our life, it eventually, if it's malignant form, it's going to cause problems in your life. For example, if you grew up in a household where, you had very strict parents and it was very authoritarian and it was very judgmental, then at the time you may have developed a little bit of a habit for lying, because you're certainly not going to provide information that's going to cause you to be, punished. That would be, that's self-protection. But as you grow up and get out into the world, that skill set of okay, well, if I just fudge the truth a little bit, it helps me slide by. But eventually, in the real world, that malignant thought form or habit that you have taken is going to start to take over and ruin everything. It will ruin the good things in your life until you deal with it. And that's the same with any bad habit. It starts off as this feels good because any bad habit, addiction, anything is replacing or making up for or, giving a replacement energy to a missing energy, right? Like smoking. They say smoking is a lot associated with lack of love. and feeling a lack of love. So we smoke because it creates like a soothing warmth energy around the heart chakra that feels so nice and warm, like a baby getting swaddled. But eventually, you know, that shit kills you. So yeah, that's not a good way to get that feeling of self-love. You'll have to like work on actually self-loving yourself. So to every one of these characters, have fun with it, journal with it, create form, create as you're, you know, out walking and you're focused on your body, and like a thought form may come to mind that's a challenge or a critical thought, your doubt, insecurity, imposter syndrome, and any of those types of things. Face them. Face them. Do not run away from your inner challengers, because you just, wherever you go, there they are. They keep following you. Everywhere. All the time. It's really exhausting. So, do what you need to do to feel some power. This is a really good time, astrologically speaking, for self-empowerment. Moon in Leo, and we've got good things happening in the sky. So make good things happen here as well, you know? Challenge yourself to do whatever you need to do to feel more powerful from a healthy and grounded and well and aligned place. Don't steal power from other people. That's shitty. Nobody likes an energy vampire. Get power from you. From you. There's lots of ways to build up self-power, but I'm telling you, aligned walking is kick-ass. So to all my spiritual warriors out there that are embarking on unfucking themselves and taking ownership for their lives and saying like, no more victim, you rock. You totally, awesomely rock. You are my people.